higher organisms have resorted to sexual reproduction in spite of its complexity. Why? Now, sexual reproduction is biparental. It requires energy. It is a slow process. The number of offsprings produced would be less. It is not as simple when compared to asexual reproduction. Now, even in spite of this complexity, the organisms, higher organisms, they reproduce only by sexual method. The reason for this could be higher organisms have resorted to sexual reproduction in spite of its complexity because sexual reproduction contributes to evolution of a species by introducing variations, and this is much more faster in sexual reproduction when compared to asexual reproduction, and therefore this enables the organisms to survive better during unfavorable condition. Now these variations can be useful. Some variations are useful and some are lethal. Now useful variations enables an individual to survive, adapt better to the changed environment. The survival chances would be more, whereas lethal variations does not help an individual to survive. But these variations, the rate in which new variations form or more variations form is more in sexual reproduction when compared to asexual reproduction. And we also learned that in asexual reproduction, if one individual fails to survive in a changed environment, the entire population would be wiped off. So that means an entire species can get wiped off or it can be removed from that habitat. So that's the reason why higher organisms, they opt for sexual reproduction. Now one common example what we have seen is about variation, that is the peppered moth. So here we can see there are two types of peppered moth. One is the black peppered moth and the other one is white. Now there are variations in them, that is the variations in the color, the black and the white. So here also we can see this is white and this is black. Now this picture is taken before Industrial Revolution. Now before Industrial Revolution there was less dust and smoke, so the bark of the tree was light in color, and these moths could get camouflaged with the background, and their number would be more because the predators fails to recognize this moth on the tree trunk, whereas the black color gets highlighted on the tree trunk and easily get eaten by the predator. So these population would be more. Since there is variation in the color, both there is one population getting saved by the predator. If there was no variation, if all the moths were black in color, then the entire this moth would have been wiped out because the predators could easily pick them and eat. So that's why always variations helps better for an organism to survive.